Awesomeness to you. Happy solstice. In the north, it's winter. In the south, it is summer. And right now, create some sacred space. You are sacred. I am a wellness hero. I am honored and blessed to be talking a little bit about it. Getting cold in the north, a little bit more deeper on what's going on with our solstice and cosmically, but ultimately here on YouTube with social media. That's one of the craziest things is that it's been so long since not only have I done a live broadcast yet, just interacting and how I do things with YouTube itself. It's letting go of these old things right now, planet Gaia, where we stand on, gives us our beautiful water. If you don't have some water, make sure you get some water. One of the things I love communicating, one of the things I love engaging where I physically stand, and this is one of the limitations I have about social media and interacting on these different digital platforms of where I physically am not. I'm broadcasting to people all over the globe, and I know through the analytics, everything that I'm involved with that people from all over the globe are tapping into the content that I am, and that's all about raising the vibration of now, like on this amazing only 4 times a year where our planet is positioned around the sun do we have these energies and these frequencies just blasting in, and these are meant to be harnessed, they're meant to be celebrated, and that's what engagement is, and that's what really feels good about me letting go of the limitation of sharing, because sequentially it's good for me to say something out loud, and I hold myself accountable to that. And what that is about YouTube and it making regularly scheduled videos on content about raising the frequency of what we're talking about. I spend a lot of time personally in the last 3 years, really since 2013, transforming what I pay attention to, what I am speaking about, what I am thinking about, what it is I am feeling through the multi dimensions that I am. And that I am has changed so much. Just like every now moment is constant change. Yet recognizing that for my own state of being has caused me to dive into what it is I've constructed a belief of the universe, the belief of being on this planet, the belief of having not just physical life, but feelings and emotional fields of life, the expansion of what is possible with heart-centered viewpoints and describing things from an unconditional love of complete oneness. I've, I've been reading a lot and connecting a lot and creating a lot through practicing this oneness that I have, I guess, just pulled out of thin air. I noticed people physically around me expressing this. I've noticed people physically around me not expressing this. Yet right now, it is about your individual expression, your individual feelings, and your connection to your highest self, the highest self that you are, the highest self that I am, the spot where I feel truth is. This is the inner truth. There's all this information. I watched this amazing documentary, and it was filmed back in 2006 about channeling higher dimensional beings. And then even not that long ago, physically in Rochester, New York, where I'm at, my next door neighbor, Jim Charles, I'll put a description and a link in the box below. He's like an amazing channeler for this planet and raising the frequency and communicating, beyond the veil and beyond the illusion that's outside of the physical, this invisible energy, like the love that I'm speaking about. And that's what's going on here now on the winter solstice. We're at a spot on this planet, and the planet's physically lined up in one relationship to where the sun is. And the sun's now actually in 2016 on December 21st, just like it was similarly in 2012 on winter solstice and summer solstice, we line up with the galactic center. There's a galactic center sun. We can't even look into this from our viewpoint on Earth because yet the galactic center alignment creates beyond possibilities. Now, from the physical form, from the lower 3 dimensions, this doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Yet when an individual expands upon the viewpoint above just the body, rising up into these, well, these different possibilities and energy centers. That is raising the frequency, and therefore sharing, engaging, commenting about feelings of what's going on the solstice. Everything impacts everything. The individual creation of a belief of what it is you have access to with your truth. Every now moment, you are speaking your truth. You are communicating that, whether it is physically or energetically. The love, the self love, the projection of love outside the physical body, the giving, the receiving. Right now, with solstice, we go into an angle of where the planet is. This is big and cosmic. To me, the light dims December 21st, the least amount of light. And then on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, we go into what we call 3 days of darkness. And on a big scale, what is these 3 days of darkness? It just simply means the angle of the sun coming onto the earth does not change for 3 days. This is the only time in our annual journey around our sun that the angle is neither increasing nor decreasing with more light or less light, depending on where you stand on the planet. Yet on the 22nd, right after solstice, the first 3 days of solstice, the sun's angle doesn't change. And then we have this beautiful opportunity on December 25th, where the angle of light is now impacting more of the surface of the planet, and there is more sunshine and light available. The sun has risen on December 25th to give us this opportunity from this day forth, the 25th, all the way proceeding into the next solstice. There is an increase in this angle where the surface of the planet has more light available to it, and therefore it's expanding, it's increasing, and it is awesomeness of how I feel about what's going on this day of darkness, where ironically, there's no irony. I don't even know where that came from. That came from the lower self. So let's raise that brute. Let's take a nice big life force expansive breath. Use that diaphragm, hold in. Notice the stages of this life force. Using more muscles, pushing out more air than you've released all day right now, no matter when you're watching this. Another big expansive life force breath. I'm going to integrate some of this energy with some water. Stay hydrated. But getting back into these cosmic stories of what we're experiencing right now, it's your individual expression. It's your individual awareness and how you use that awareness to celebrate life, to celebrate the physicality. That's what it's about. It is about being physical, yet it's also knowing that there are different access energies about this physicality, and they're meant to be explored. They're meant to be created with. Yet, I am grateful right now. Gratitude is this projection. It's not a word. It's a feeling. It's just like love. I love you. I have some pretty awesome things coming in right now as I speak. I noticed last year with Wellness Hero Channel, and even into this year, I went on a good period where I had some frequency, had some repetitive series going on. And that's where this is going right now. It's about me making that verbal, that digital imprint to everyone who watches. That coming forth, there is going to be more harmony and frequency of raising the vibration and knowing what that means individually to you. I personally deal with so much tension and stress all along my spine. And I teach others about spine breathing and utilizing these energy balancing flows and connections I've created these classes where I go into corporate settings, I go into businesses, I go into school districts, and I show people how to harmonize and balance. Yet I'm going to be bringing this to YouTube, my energy balancing series, something like that. We're formulating all of it. We're using the winter solstice to bring it forth. I love this beam of light coming in right now. That's pretty, it's pretty powerful. But the most important thing is that as we all go on this journey, the last, the beginning, those are time constructs. It's a continuation of everything. We're neither starting nor stopping. We are allowing the flow of existence to be in the know of these big cosmic cycles like galactic center alignment, whatever that means to you, because we are physically small, yet energetically very big, very expansive. How else would we have multi dimensions if we weren't able to rise up into these larger viewpoints of what it is physically that's going on? It's always been said for a long period of time from myself about the view of the universe itself. And the universe from the bottom three dimensions, the bottom three realms, where physicality comes into physical form. The universe is everything that is not seen. We only see visible light. The visible light spectrum of Roy G. Biv, red, orange, you know how it goes, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. But the physical seeing of this light is a frequency and an energy of wavelength, just like your thought forms. That's why right now your belief, whether it's conscious or unconscious, is flowing outside of you. What programming are you running? Is your programming optimal right now for the winter solstice in the celebrations that you are engaging? Is it expansive? Does it feel good to physically be alive? That's what raising your vibration is about. Because no matter where we're at in our frequency, no matter how high our vibration gets, it's going to continuously expand into these other possibilities. And that's why I am here to share tools, modalities, what it is I do to raise my own frequency, like talking about that spine breathing, creating that new energy balancing series that YouTube is just itching for. We want to feel better. It's not about talking about it. But we do have to listen to our heart. We have to listen to our organs. We have to engage these massive energy centers. Having a conversation with your liver and knowing that aligns with your third dimension, these are no separations. Going on all these awesome journeys, going into these other realms where you interact with your own being in a new harmonizing and flowing way. To do one thing, to feel better about life. I am grateful to bring this message to you. I feel amazing right now. And that was co created and self created from a different viewpoint than the physicality. When I only view things from my incarnate self, when I only view things from Brian and Wellness Hero, these limitations, these are good in lots of aspects, yet knowing, practicing, remembering the tools, connecting to these energy centers, and then activating them with intention, activating them through sacred space. That is raising the vibration to feel better. This is done by you every day. Yet looking at the flow from day to day is very limiting. Bringing in the connection to your higher self. That starts with the soul. And the soul is nothing more than the feelings. Any feeling you may feel is your soul. That's what the communication is. That's why listening to your liver, listening to your lungs, listening to your kidneys, listening to your heart, listening to your brain, listening feeling, and then interacting, engaging your quantum field. Your feelings are your quantum field. That's the first aspect of your higher self. And there are many, many, many expansions upon that. It is an amazing time right now to be alive. It's an amazing time right now to explore who it is and what your physicality allows you to do. That every human cell on your body has the codes of every dimension that's possible within, through, and around you. This is meant to be expressed in the physical. This is certainly meant to be shared. Yet first, we have to explore. We have to ask questions of what it is that we can do. And my answer to you is it's limitless. The imagination and the possibilities that you contain is very sacred to the planet. It's very sacred to you right now. And it's certainly sacred to the expansion of consciousness. And that is what is brought forth in the physical. We are creating a time. We are creating a future based upon we want to feel better. We want to feel better about this physical life. Limit the separation. That's what I have discovered about my own personal journey. And that is what I am here to share. That I have limited my ability to share digitally, socially, continuously, in a way. I have not wanted to fully open up and express myself digitally. For the simple aspect is I have not practiced it for so long. I chose to come here during a time before I was even conscious of the internet. And then I went off to travel around the world, not aware of this electrical digital connection, yet physically, literally going to every time zone on the planet, going to all the different places I can imagine, taking ships, taking planes, hiking and walking there. Physically, where I stand has always been the most magnificent spot to be for my own experience. Yet now I'm going to broadcast to the world in a new way through new series of simply allowing these dormant energy centers that I was out of practice with, the connection to my highest self, and what I've learned through the ability of reading my own quantum energy and how this has changed the physical experience, how this has changed the viewpoints of what it is, not only to what I believe to be true. Our truth is only right now. Your truth is the most beautiful thing that you have. You have created it, and you are broadcasting it, not simultaneously, non-stop, through everything you think and breathe in every now moment. That's an amazing, amazing responsibility to have this beautiful physical life. And that's why I ask, if you are not feeling optimal, it's not about feeling high and being in our higher energy centers all the time. But it is knowing how to get there. And it is knowing when you get there what you can do to, how shall we say, rewire the belief system, rewire the I am, rewire taking the life force breath. For when we do, our breath moves our bones, it moves our organs, it shifts our alignment, and it changes our experience in the physical. Pulling in, expanding, shifting, sequencing, and harmonizing. And it's way deeper than the breath, but our breath is a beautiful thing to get lost into, to know what it is you're pulling in with that life force, how it is you interact with that exchange of energy. Some things mean more to others. I'm feeling you out there. I'm feeling some of you be like, what? Is breathing going to solve it? No, but it's a beautiful way to create with it. I need some water to integrate this energy. So the big thing is about staying tuned. Tune into you, tune into your higher self. I told you a little bit about all this physical tension I've created. and how I manage it, how I channel it. I'm gonna have a brand new YouTube series of what I do with that every day. I call upon Reiki every day. Reiki's universal life force energy. I bring it within, through, and around everything and everywhere, and even places I am not. Yet, it is profound on my journey. The last 3 years have been filled with Reiki here, there, and everywhere. Universal life force energy is what I speak of. And it's something that I am. I am this influence. I am this power. And I am here to share more about Reiki now. It's not limited to these few things, yet it has occurred. What I am doing physically doesn't get shared, doesn't get broadcasted, doesn't connect in a way that I feel is most optimal. And that is what I'm here to break down and change. Be more open, be more about what I've created, what I feel about what it is I am engaging, what I am speaking about, these topics. Things that are important to me, like disclosure. I mean, that's why we don't have access to our multidimensional being. That is why I am raising the frequency of what it is we are sharing. We have programming. We are nonstop programming ourselves by everything we watch, everything we listen to. So I am going to create the programming of the frequencies of the higher energy centers. If you engage from the third dimension, maybe in the beginning, you're like, what is this guy, wellness hero, speaking about? What is it? But yet when we raise up into love, this message becomes a completely different message, just like anything. When we walk into a meeting, when we get ready to answer emails, when we do whatever it is we get ready to do, raising the frequency of that experience will cause our reaction, will cause our behavior, and will certainly cause our ability to listen, feel on a completely different wavelength, and therefore be of a higher road. It's not easy rising up. It's not easy going on the challenge of engaging your spiritual health. But that's what it is that I chose to do. That is what it is I love doing. Expanding upon the experience on this physical plane. I can tell you 2016 has been the best year of my physical experience. And that is true. That has been true every year. It has expanded into more awesomeness. And in 2017, I am blown away by what will be created and what will certainly be felt. And that is where this message comes to you on the winter solstice, December 21st, 2016. And this expansion of this galactic alignment and this season shift in both the northern and southern hemispheres, and getting ready to enter these 3 days of just no change in the sun's angle, the 3 days of darkness. Go inside, connect with your higher self. Raise your frequency of your awareness of your being. Go into your own darkness. As I can tell you from my own experience, it's been one of the most rewarding and blessing things to identify how anger has held me down and how I've had some major illnesses in 2016. Just with one issue of anger, it's caused physical disruption for more than 4 months of my experience. I have a video, I'll put a link below, but I burnt my leg really bad by a fire, had 2nd and 3rd degree wounds, used Reiki, used life force energy, utilized some of the most powerful substances I felt of high vibration, like colloidal silver, essential oils, honey, aloe, natural things that just grow that way, melaleuca and tea tree oil. And then recently, I had this massive infection. It was all over my neck, all over almost my entire left arm was consumed by it. And through connecting with channelers, connecting through my higher self, asking questions of energetically where it came from, it's not easy to do. And then all of a sudden I got slapped with anger, my own anger towards whatever it is I was angry about. But this is a deep anger. This is lifetimes of anger. This isn't just like angry in some small little now moment of like maybe driving in traffic and someone does something, that from the physical self. We might respond with anger because that's from the bottom three dimensions. That's only where it exists. The fourth dimension, where the planet is right now, so much easier not to be angry than it is to be angry. And then if we choose to be angry, it's going to really cause a disruption in our ability to simply be. And me letting go of that limitation, me identifying that the physical illnesses I was going through caused 4 months of severe attention. When I say severe, just a lot of physical things had to stop and slow down to address what it is I was experiencing. And ultimately, how do I want to feel? The power of what is I am. When we have a physical disruption that is literally needing our attention to rise up into higher feelings of I am healthy, I am wellness, I am optimal. These are amazing things to have support, to have loved ones, to have just that surrounding, to rise up, to know not to engage the lower frequencies of how we say, I am sick. Man, what I've learned personally to empower the aspect of self love, self healing when things feel low, when we are not in a balanced and easy place. To overcome that is from knowing that my higher self has my best interest, that this higher guidance and the connection in my relationship with God, source, light, prime creator, there is only one. And there are many other higher dimensional beings and high vibrating beings that are out there as well. You have the relationship with God, and then also the relationship with your God self. We're getting ready to go into Christ consciousness on the 25th, the day of more light. I'm so grateful to be alive right now. I'm so grateful to be connecting with you, creating more. But I imagine at least 3 new reoccurring series on my YouTube channel, Wellness Hero. Please subscribe, please like. That's how it rolls. So my broadcasts are going to be here and there, but I can tell you everywhere. It's going to be about raising the frequency of the here and now. And one of the ways we do that is we live enthusiastically, we share, and we stay hydrated. So as always, on this December 25th, coming up, approaching, be in your light, be in your power, bring awesomeness to where you stand in celebrations and connecting and sharing. I am awesomely, positively excited about what it is we are creating together, our co-creation and our connection. Have blessings on your day. Happy winter solstice. I like live broadcasts on December 21st, 2016. I am Wellness Hero. Namaste. Woohoo! Keep it loose, keep it loose, keep it loose.